So we're at the county engineer's office. And I talked to him in the spring about laminating a 1958 map from the county engineer. I got it from the daughter's garage sale a few years ago in Salem. And they said they might have it ready and I can pick it up later. So, pretty cool. They have some books on hand-drawn surveying on the properties, and the road that goes by the county airport was called Beacon Road. So there's one clue. And then there's a circle on the topographical. They don't sell those anymore, but they got copies laminated. And it shows a circle of 1200 and then above that. And it's probably how the county airport became to be in Columbiana County. And then the one for Lisbon on Signal Light Road, it shows the diamond just off to the west, but almost on the road. And that veterinary clinic that's there is really at the high point of the area. So, I was thinking, well, there's an airport. No, there just had to be a beacon every once in a while and an airport every so often. So the other one in Homeworth, it didn't show up on anything. It didn't show up on the county old map. There was a school down in the next section on what was Bowman Road now, but it's not even showing Bowman Road for 1994. So, coming by, they got 2 railroad stations here, and I've got paperwork on both of them. But I kind of need money, so I might have to sell them instead of donating them. Sell them locally, and somebody else can donate the darn things. I paid, I think it's the only thing I ever bought on Craigslist where I sent the money and they mailed it to me, so it worked out. And there's just work papers or receipts from both of the railroad companies. Pittsburgh, Lisbon, and Western, and the Youngstown in Ohio, I think it is. And their train stations are just a block away from each other, so we'll take a little zip around roads we don't usually drive around Lisbon, maybe. Here's the other train station. And don't know when they're open or anything. So, like I said, we're going to start selling some items laying around we're not using. I'm going to take a tour on the other side of Lisbon here too, but I'm just going to cut you guys off, and then when I see something else, it's just an update for the airway beacons for the Postal Service, which is airmail. 3 of them, Columbiana County. So between Homeworth and right there, red light. What in Lisbon would you ever be in that much of a hurry for? So we'll do this quadrant of Lisbon I don't think I've ever driven through and see what's over here. But yeah, there's a school right on the edge of the map for the one in Homeworth. I guess it's Elmer Township. So they had one topographical left over I bought for $8 at Homeworth. So that'll at least give me the altitude. I'm sure it's built on the highest points. But like I said, so many is Akron-Canton Airport, and they put, it's like a 2-way stop. So that might be why the Akron-Canton Airport's where it's at too. So I wonder how far they space their airports around, as just so many beacons or miles. Huh. I think I was out here before, a long time ago. Bought a meter at a garage sale. I was off work for Gallup when I was young, and they had this meter that exactly matched the one on the railroad. And I think I paid $20. I stuck the check in the case of the thing, and here the guy actually worked for Conrail. I guess he took the meter home. I ended up with it, and Conrail never gave me my own meter, so I used that and a digital meter. And I wasn't about to give it up for them to do anything with, because I'd probably never get it back. So I sold it for big bucks years ago when I was sick. Oh, never been up here. Wow. Yeah, I pulled into town. There was a levy sign for the cemetery. Wow. There's more dead people than alive people in this little place. So, pretty interesting. And like I said, I gave them my phone number because some lady ran out to the laminator. So, cool stuff. So what followed is airway beacons from the airmail. The first one was called Radio Compass. If you take an old AM radio, turn it on, AM station, rotate it 360 degrees. Sorry. You'll get the signal twice, and then the signal will drop out twice, what they call nulls. And your signal isn't your station that's sending the signal is in one of those nulls. You're not sure which one. You just hope that you know with your map and everything else, you know where you're going. So they followed that up, and that was, if you ever see an old airplane, they get a loop antenna up, and after the cockpit they can turn to check for nulls. So later they mixed just a regular dipole stick antenna with that and put a circuit in, like a comparator monitor or something, I forget what it's called. It's only been 40 some years. And that would figure out the antenna pattern and where it was coming, the strongest direction it's coming from. And that was your radio compass. So then VOR, Very Omni Range, which is still used. That's where they get the ILS. A lot of that is just above your FM dial. And with your glide slope and localizer, or your instrument landing system, is part of the VOR system. Outer, middle, inner marker beacons. Then military use tachyon, which is like a glorified multi-channel update of VOR. And then, other stuff was LORAN, and of course GPS is kind of taken over that, but aircraft still use VOR. And then there's a map that shows all the little radials, and your plane will know which radial of the signal it's at from the transmitting station. But before that, they had just lights in the night. Beacon with cement arrows painted fluorescent, telling the airmail planes or any other planes that were traveling which direction to go. I think I missed a turn here or something. Ruh-roh. Well, we'll turn to the right and come back. We'll just like an alley here. Thing is, the strange electric cars get so much traction, they don't want to spin tires. That's kind of neat. But yeah, this beacon system from the wow, that's a tired looking boat, from the Postal Service is amazing stuff. And like I said, the stuff I train on the military replaced it all. Alright. Say there. I forget when I bought that map at a garage sale. There was a whole shoebox full of them for $1 a piece or something. I should have bought every one of them. Is there a 1958 Columbiana County map? They're not as accurate as any other map. They're a little cartoonish. But they show all the covered bridges from 1958 and stuff, which is pretty awesome. So, I was going to rearrange the garage. Today is just kind of a gloomy-ish day. So, I'm going to do a full charge video on the way home, at home, and then use the meter I have hooked to the circuit box to show how many kilowatts for a normal charge. And then each kilowatt hour is basically a nickel, which we're charged less. All right. Talk to you later.